Funny because I went to the Georgia game over the weekend and I was like running around all day on Saturday and I hadn't really had a chance other than, catching up on some college football and everything to take in much baseball. And I found out yesterday morning that oh boy, we had some news over the weekend that my boy Spencer Strider shut down for the rest of the year. Going to try to bring him back for the playoffs. This is very devastating news, if you ask me. This is not what you want to have going into the playoffs. This is, again, I'll repeat it for everybody who didn't hear me say it the first 1,000 times and who still doesn't believe that it's the case. This is the guy with the best stuff on this staff, and arguably some of the best stuff in Major League Baseball right now. And not only that, he's your game 2 starter in the playoffs. And not only that, he provides you with a 1-2 punch that is nearly unbeatable in most occasions. Now, all due respect to a 20-game winner, Kyle Wright, he is nowhere near the pitcher, in my opinion, that Max Fried and Spencer Strider are. It's just not. I don't think Kyle Wright puts fear in other lineups the way Max Fried and Spencer Strider do. And this 1-2 punch that you have for the playoffs, if it is in jeopardy, if Strider cannot go in the playoffs, guess what? I do not like this team's chances to get back to the World Series, especially going through a wild card. Just don't like it. I don't. I'm just being objective and honest about it. He is a difference maker. As I said, Fried and Strider are your Johnson and Schilling. They are your Pedro and Schilling in 04 with the Red Sox. They are those two level of pitchers that will dominate a game from start to finish and will make sure that you are on the right side of it. That's what they are. And I don't know that Kyle Wright brings that same level of dominance. Yes, he won 20 games. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm not saying he's a bad pitcher. I just personally like Strider a lot more, as you guys know. This shouldn't be surprising to anybody. I try to be as objective as I can about things. And when I look at Kyle Wright, he won 20 games, but, this is a guy that does not have the whip of Max Fried or Spencer Strider, right? He's higher up there. You're getting more walks and more hits given up. He's got a lower K rate than both of those guys. Clearly, again, if you believe in the WAR thing, his WAR is lower, his ERA is higher. I mean, winning 20 games is not easy in Major League Baseball, and it does mean you are a good pitcher. But there's a lot of that is very much can be done with smoke and mirrors on a lot of occasions. I mean, remember, earlier this month, Kyle Wright had a 4-inning, 8-run start that the Braves won the game on. Should that be a loss? Probably. Was it? No. I mean, Kyle Wright's been good over the course of the long season, and he's pitched really well. I just don't think he's as dominant as Strider or Fried for that matter. And going into the postseason, it's a problem for me. That's just me. I'm not saying you have to agree. I think the 1-2 punch, especially, again, if they don't end up winning the division and you have to go through an extra playoff series, once you start getting deeper into starts, you start to look at or deeper into the playoffs and more starts you make, there's a bigger room for error. And I think night in, night out, Max Fried will dominate on more starts than Kyle Wright, and so will Spencer Strider. So Braves have a chance to gain a half game, get within one as they take on the Nationals. Bryce Elder going to go tonight as he continues to fill in for what do you call it? For the not so put together Brave staff after the top three. And Atlanta doesn't even have a starter decided. Odorizzi's been an absolute gross. And so they may have to figure out what they're going to do because they can't put him on the mound as they go forward. So, and the Mets series looming Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll see how it all shakes out. But my guess is that, and the Mets open up a series with the Marlins tomorrow at Citi Field. So they're off today. And again, then we'll get 3 straight games. And we'll see you guys on Friday. But I think the Braves have an off day on Thursday. Is it only a 2-game series for the Mets? It might only be a 2-game series against the Marlins. That's what it is. It's a 2-game series. It's a short 2-gamer because they're off on Thursday as well. So both teams will have a rest day going into this series, on Friday. And my guess is probably the Mets still have a 1. We'll see. All right, that'll do it for us here on A to Z on this Monday. We got a lot going on this week. We're going to dive more into one particular player on the Falcons who resembles a former Falcon that everybody loved. We're going to do that coming up later on this week. So we've got baseball to get to, plenty of NFL stuff. And, oh, by the way, later this week, through 3 games, things I was dead wrong on in the NFL. We'll do that later on in the week as well. Stay with me and give us a follow on Twitter at Locked On ATL. Of course, I'm at Mark Zinno, MARKZINNO. Don't forget, Locked On ATL is on your Roku TV, on your Amazon Fire Stick. Check us out there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give that thumbs up. We're free on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. You search Locked On Sports Atlanta. Appreciate you guys joining me here on this Monday. We will be back tomorrow for a Tuesday edition of A to Z. You guys have a wonderful day. Don't take any crap from anybody. See ya.